Internet, good morning. My name is Magnitude, aka Steve, and this is your Friday Battlefront. And I'm going to talk a little bit about my bowling because last week there was some interest in it, and more importantly, again, not more importantly, but also importantly, there was interest in me doing it. And if the creator, I guess, is not enjoying what they're doing, I don't think there's really a point to be doing it, especially somebody at my level. Where like doing it for a living isn't an option, so you have to enjoy it, or else you're gonna just be miserable. So I bowled in a tournament the past weekend on Saturday, and there were singles by myself and then doubles with my dad. And my dad and I are currently in third place in doubles. I shot a 256 game one. I could have shot 290. I had a spare and then 7 strikes in a row, and then a pocket 710. Then I struck out for a 256. So easily could have been 290. And then game 2, I had a strike, a spare, and then the next, 9 in a row, and then a 9 for a 279. And then I shot a 215 for a 750 series, and my dad shot about a 690, 700, something like that. He shot close to that as well. So we are third right now because of that. And I'll have more information about that tournament as the week goes on, because there's still this is coming up is the final weekend of the tournament. I'm only going in another tournament this weekend in a different place for different monies, so hopefully I can cash in that one too. I imagine I'm going to be cashing in this one. It'll be hard for anybody to really kind of knock us out of the money. But this past Thursday, by Bowling League, I shot my first ever sanctioned 800. Which is a big deal, because the max score you can get for 3 games is 900, and for my 3-game total, I shot a 804. Game 1, I opened with the first frame, I left 10-pin and I missed it. Then I left 10-pin and I made it, and then I got, 9 out of the next 10 strikes for a 248. I left another 10-pin, I think the 7th frame. Game 2, I shot a 298. I got the first 11 strikes in a row, and on the final shot, I short-armed it a little bit, and I threw it high. Went through the nose, actually went a little Brooklyn, not quite through the nose, but a little Brooklyn, and I ended up shooting a 298. I do not have a sanctioned 300 yet. I have unsanctioned 300s, which doesn't really count for anything, but I have an unsanctioned 300. Or I do have unsanctioned 300s. I have no sanctioned one. I was getting a little nervous there. I had actually brought with me, I bought one of those microfiber like mittens that you wear to wash your car. Because I use microfiber towels to, wipe the oil off my bowling ball after each shot. So I was like, I'm going to bring one of those microfiber mittens. It's bright neon green for 3 reasons. 1, it's fucking hilarious that I'm wearing a giant mitten to cut my bowling ball off. 2, it'll be very effective. Because the whole thing is double-sided microfiber, so it'll be very effective. And 3, I will never leave it there because I will never forget A, mitten, and B, a bright neon green/yellow mitten. So I decided that was going to be something I wanted to bring every week. And the first night, shoot 804. So, I kept telling everybody it was the future, I was like, everyone laughed at Howard Hughes, everyone laughed at Da Vinci, but now look at us, we're flying through the skies, we're going to the moon! Not quite the same level of intensity as a microfiber mitten to wipe off the oil in your bowling ball, but still the future! And I guess by the end of game 2, everyone was like, alright, I'm gonna bring a fucking mitten. I think the people that bowl next to us, who I've been bowling in the same league with for a couple years, they know me, I know them. They were joking about how they're going to start bringing mittens now. But that leads me to game 3, the game where I could shoot an 800. So this past tournament on Saturday, I had to shoot a 265 to shoot an 800. And I shot 215, which is 750. I've had opportunities in the past to shoot 800 for game 3. Most notably last year, I needed a 300 to shoot an 801, and I shot a 287. So I got the first 10 strikes. And then, so I ended up shooting a 788, I believe. That's the way math works. And then, like I said, this past tournament, I needed a 265 to shoot 800. All I needed this tournament was a 254 to shoot an 800. And I knew that going in. So I got the first 2 strikes, and then I left a 10-pin, which I made. So the first 3 frames, I was strike, 9 spare. So if I struck out, I would have shot a 279. That's the way the bowling scoring works. So I knew I could miss one more time, but I had to make a spare in order to, because if I got You know, let's say I got 2 more strikes and another 9 spare, I'd be at a 258, which would have obviously put me at 804. But I ended up getting the next 7 in a row. So I went strike, strike, spare. Yes, I got the next. No, I got the next 6 in a row. And the first shot on the 10th, I missed. I short-armed it a little again. Ended up leaving a 6-pin. But I made the spare. I got the strike. And I ended up shooting a 804 on the first ever one. So it was kind of cool that. So I knew I needed 6 pins in the last shot, and I'm like, oh, okay, I can't fucking throw in the gutter. I can't, you know, I can't foul. I just got to throw a good shot and hit the nose. A lot of people at this point, a lot of people were watching the 300 attempt, and I fucked that up. But a lot of people were then also watching the 800 attempt because you know, your scores are, your totals are on the screen after all your games. So like for all of game 3, at the end of my current game, it had, you know, my current 2-game total, and you know, I won all 3 points through 2 games. I was beating my guy by 201 pin scratch. I had 546 through 2, so that was pretty good. But a lot of people were watching it, and as I threw the final shot, it was a good shot off the hand. So, you know, my teammate Mark, as the ball was like still only 20 feet down the lane, he's like, yeah, congratulations, because he knew that it was going to be a good shot. I ended up getting a strike, and I ended up getting an 800. So I filled out my paperwork, so I'll be getting my 800 ring, and now I just have left a sanctioned 300, and I'll have done the 2 main achievements that a bowler wishes to achieve in their lifetime. I was honestly more nervous about the 300 than getting an 800, even though an 800 is like, you have to average 266 for 3 games, which is a lot, and it's a lot harder. There are a lot more 300s than 800. You could fluke your way into a 300, but getting an 800, you have to be, you know, on your shit. And it's kind of funny, because I opened the night by missing a single pin spare, and then getting a spare in the second frame. So I didn't even I opened the night, you know, pretty subpar as it was already, and then I was able to, you know, get a lot of everything after that. So that was nice. I was able to get most of the strikes. So I filled out paperwork. The thing about the difference between sanctioned and non-sanctioned is that sanctioned leagues, you pay a sanctioning fee every year. It's like $19, and then all, you know, you can get awards. They give you awards if you get a 300 or an 800. If it's your first at each, you get whatever it is for free. You know, obviously I'm paying like the $19 a year. But if it's one after that, I think you got to pay a small fee to get like another ring or whatever for it. But since it's my first 800, I'll be getting a free 800 ring that'll have like the date it was on and the series and like that, and I'll be getting that. And when that comes in, I'm obviously gonna post that shit. So I am super excited for that. And then, you know, you kind of can't go into a tournament on any higher note than an 800. I mean, obviously you can, but you know, I'm just saying on a just kind of an emotional level, you know, I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty pumped about, you know, about going forward. But I guess all in all, it was, I'm glad 1 week ago I started talking about my bowling on a Battlefront video, and then the very next week after, you know, doing that, introducing the series, I have literally the best 3-game series of my life sanctioned. So I'm pretty pumped. I'm pretty pumped about it. I think I got 20 eliminations in this game too, which is nice. I have been enjoying this game. I have. It's getting a lot of shit because, you know, EA is kind of a shitbox company, and they're not doing the things they say, and there's not even like a full stats leaderboard, which usually, you know, I'm like a stat guy. I love stats, but there's not even a full, like, you can't even look at your multiplayer stats. So it's an odd kind of love-hate for me. I haven't having a lot of fun with it though. I'm trying to get a lot better at it. And I hope you guys have been enjoying at least watching. I think this game is visually beautiful, and I think it works well for post-commentary like this because I can just, you know, render it out at a higher, bit rate, so it looks nicer, and I don't have to worry about, you know, editing and stuff for gameplay like that. But this has been another video. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff, and I'll see you guys the next time. Good night.